All right, so I did a live video, but I don't think it actually saves now because I don't have any subscribers. So it just goes live, and then if someone was there, which I don't think anyone was there, it just like deletes when I'm done. And hold on one sec. I'm also playing games on the computer, so that's why I am looking away. So I tried to make a video just now. I went live and talked about a bunch of crap. And, I just want to have it saved so I can go back and watch it myself. That's really what it is. Just because I like to see my progression, I guess. I'm on a rocking chair too, so if that's even more annoying. So I'm looking away, I'm clicking, and I'm rocking back and forth. So it's almost 9, and I'm a little tired, so it doesn't matter. I'm not doing this. I'm just enjoying it. I'm just having fun. So I did my little video, and this is like the third time I've done this. Um, so I'm just gonna do it again because I just want to have this kind of ingrained in my head, and just somewhere I can go back and kind of watch it with my kids or something. So here we go. So we're on week. This is gonna be week 2/3, and of our new grad residency. So I moved up to Southern Oregon in July, and I didn't start till August, late August. So I had a month and a half to really stress myself out about my new grad program. And when I mean stress myself out, I mean like stress myself out. I can't tell you how many like blogs and books and any possible thing I could get my eyes on, I was reading about being new. Like I was listening to like lectures, and I was listening to like anyone who had tips for new grads on YouTube, and like I had a bunch of new grad books. I mean, and I read them all. I'm just been studying like crazy, and then now that we've started, uh, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So far, I mean, this first, I thought it was going to start off harder than it did. So it's going great. Like, I'm so thankful for where I'm at. I'm happy. I'm super excited to continue. And I mean, I get a little anxiety, like thinking about going. I'm like, ooh, it's exciting. So, but I definitely harness that energy in a positive way, and I don't let it cripple me. I just want to be focused. And so, being methodical, being perfect, in my actions and not making mistakes, critically thinking through all the steps that I need moment by moment as I go about passing meds, if I'm doing any procedures, my communication, just, being methodical, trying to be as on point as I can. I think it's really helped. And plus, I think I have the best preceptor ever. He's amazing. So things are going well. So week 2 was great. Week 2, and if anyone's wondering, I'm playing. My brother bought me a month of free World of Warcraft, and the new classic WoW came out, and so I'm a nerd. And if it's free, I'll play it. I'm not gonna pay for it, but if it's free, and my babies are asleep, I'll play it while my babies are asleep, or if they're whatever. So this is where we're at. I'm just playing the stupid game. And it helps keep it's a good to keep my mind off of stuff and help me process things. Just something to do. Gee whiz. So week 2 is really great. Slow and steady wins the race. They start you off slow. They don't try and snow you. They don't try and drown you. They don't try and make you hate being a nurse. They are preparing you, and they're this program is so well established and well structured, and is headed by, the best nursing instructor I've ever met. So I'm just so thankful for her. And I love education. I love being educated. I love learning about stuff. I love growing in my knowledge and my skill set. And I love being in the student role. And I also love working with newer students. I love working in the student role. So, like, I love working with students and I love being a student. And I love, so I love this. So it really matches my personality. Um, you know, I'm, I think I'm coming with the right attitude. And so I'm learning so much. And so week 2 is really great. And, you know, so I'm just going to, so, I feel weird because I'm saying this again, but I don't think anyone saw this, and who cares? I'll just say it again. So, day 1 didn't take any patients. Day 2, we took one patient. We did all the charting on one patient. And then day 3 of the first week of week 2, we took 2 patients. So, I loved it. I got to pass meds for all 6, which was great. But I did the charting for 2. So I'm passing meds for all 6. I got Pyxis. Oh man, the first time you get access to the Pyxis, oh, it's crazy. Such a trip. So that's one thing as a new grad, like getting access to the Pyxis. So what's the Pyxis? If you don't know, the Pyxis is the machine that holds all the drugs. And only nurses get to open that machine, or pharmacy or RT. But I mean, nurses, you got to have your thumbprint. You got to put your thumbprint on there, and you get access to everything. It's scary, it's really scary. Not gonna lie, like slow and methodical. What's the name of the patient that you're picking out? What time is it? What scheduled medications are you give? Are there PRNs? Are there parameters that are set that you need to know before giving them? So there's a lot, man. It's so much. It's just so much. To be slow and methodical as a new grad, not to make any mistakes. I just want to do it right. You know what I mean? And like, just even the muscle memory of like looking on the screen and clicking the screen and then getting the med. I can't tell you. It was like 4 or 5 times. Maybe not 4 or 5. How many times? Maybe twice, 2 or 3 times. I would say 2. I think 2 times. So 2 times total. For those nurses who know what's up, you push the Pyxis, right? The little machine comes out, and like a little tray one little tray out of this big tray pops open for just one med. You pull it out. You close the tray. If there's another med you're pulling on that tray, the next thing will pop out. But there's like a little bit of a gap. And so it's so confusing, but if you close the tray while the thing's open, it slams shut. The computer thinks you pulled the med and you closed it yourself, even though you didn't. So you got to play this whole game where you cancel and pull out and, fix the problem. Well, that happened twice to me so far. So you have to go slow. You have to take your time. You have to make sure it's just, as a new nurse, there's so many ways you can screw up. So many ways you can screw up. And so being deliberate in all your actions, is so important. And I guess that's my tip for the day. Be deliberate and slow in all your actions. And unless it's an emergency, and this is what another nurse told me, if it's not an emergency, push your medication slowly, right? And do your I'm doing my triple checks. I'm like checking my little med, checking my patient's name, checking my patient's allergies, matching the names up, checking on my little medication, making sure it matches the MAR, making sure it matches the MAR, boop, make sure it matches the MAR, boop, make sure it matches the MAR. I mean, it really, because I don't have like muscle memory, everything is new, and so everything is slower. And thank God I'm in a great new grad program that not only understands this, but encourages going slow, taking my time, getting used to everything. And I've never used this EMAR, so I'm new to Epic. Just started using Epic. I kind of got the hang of it. It's not too bad. It's pretty user friendly, but still, I mean, it's all totally new. I use Meditech. I use Paragon. I've used Meditech, Paragon. What's the other one? Doesn't matter. So Meditech and Paragon are the two big ones that I've used. So now I'm using Epic. Never used it before, so that's a whole nother learning curve. Like it's a slow process. So, they're so encouraging and patient and kind, and like they're like my preceptor is like my little life preserver. Like he just keeps me floating. Like instead of sinking me into the ground just trying to get me to sink, he's like float. He's like my little flotation device. Like anything I don't know, like boop boop boop, he just keeps me going boop 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 until I have time to learn it. Oh, it's just amazing how patient and kind and on my team my preceptor is. I'm just so thankful for him, and it gets just very encouraging. So I'm not like super stressed. Like my fourth semester in nursing school, I was so stressed, and I was a student, and I was stressed because I was treated so horribly, just raked over the coals, and just yelled at, and said such mean things to me, and so I'm just so thankful that I'm not being treated like that. So that's week 1. Week 2. No, that was week 2. Week 3. Sorry, it's getting late for me. Week 3 was great too. I started with 2 patients. Was it 2? Started with 3 patients. Yeah. And, I did good. I think I did okay. I hung in there. And so 3 patients seems doable thus far. So we'll see if I start again, I think Monday maybe? Sunday or Monday? Monday maybe. Oh, so Monday is our next round, and it's day shift, so I'm really loving the day shift. Love day shift. And so I'm going to take 3 patients, and we're going to take it easy, and what am I going to do? I'm going to get my report. I'm going to look at my orders on all my patients, make sure there's no discrepancies. I'm going to look at all my labs. I'm going to look at my HMPs. I'm going to learn their names. I'm going to look at their meds that are due. I'm going to prioritize based on severity if the patient's super sick. But if we're on a medical unit, so they should be relatively stable. I'll go to the patient who needs me the most, but I also want to prioritize, do I have any medications that are due before breakfast, like a thyroxine or something like that, or Protonics? Do I have medications that are due before breakfast comes? And if those need to get done, I want to pass those meds. I want to do a full head-to-toe assessment, pain assessment, fall risk, skin assessment, IV assessment, safety check on all of my patients. And I'm going to get all of that charted on all 3 patients before 8 o'clock, and my shift starts at 6:15. Totally doable for 3 patients. Now double that and to make it 6. Apparently it's supposed to be doable. And I'm going to do my best. And maybe I can. I mean, I might be able to. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to hold expectations. I'm not going to stress myself out and say, oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard. I'm just going to take one day at a time. I take it real slow. And I'm just going to, do my thing. I'm just going to, we're going to do it. So it's makes things worse when you stress out. That's another thing. Like if you get all stressed in your head, you can create a stressful environment. So staying calm, taking deep breaths, not getting flustered, even if my patient's crashing, which I've had. I actually think I do better when my patients are crashing. So, I don't know if that's true. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I don't want my patients to crash. But if my patient is going to crash, I want to be there. So that's my mentality. That's my attitude. So I don't know if that's necessarily good or bad, or you make it what you will, but that's how I feel. And I enjoy taking care of the patients that are getting sicker and getting them less sick, making them less sick. So the patients that are not sick, that are getting better and going home, I don't mind taking care of them, and I don't mind helping them, and making sure they get good resources and they're well educated and they're doing good and they're on their way. But if I take a stable patient versus an unstable patient, the unstable patient is much more mentally stimulating for me. That's just how I go. So at least that's how I am now. I really, really enjoy knowing the pathophys because I'm like a medical nerd. Like I love the medical, I love the pathophysiology, I love the treatments, the interventions and all that. I love the communication that we need with the doctor, and that's what I love. So that's a little about, I guess, where I'm at. But I guess that's how I feel. So that's what I want to do. That's my plan for my 3 weeks. So you get all the assessments and charting done by 8 o'clock. Then we have our breakfast due. Then we have, PRNs. We have doctors coming. We have PTOT, speech therapy, discharge planning. Those are kind of like the mainstays. And so keeping all that together and on a medical unit, managing all that stuff, it's a lot. But I'm really digging it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really digging. I really like this medical unit. It's really fun. You get a really wide variety of patients. I've had to upgrade patients, so we get patients that are sick. I guess it's funny because the sad part for me is patient gets sick, and I want to take care of them more, not ship them to ICU. I'm like, I don't want my patient to leave me. I want to take care of this lady, make her better, make him better. Take care of this guy, make him better. I don't want to send him away. I want to see him get better. So that's the thing is if you're in medical, your patient becomes unstable. It's not your job to stabilize them. It's your job to get them off your unit. And that makes me sad because I want them on my unit. So, maybe that says something about me. I'm sure it does. That's why I enjoy the ICU stuff, I think. I don't run away from the sick patients. I like to keep them. But I have to understand that that's not the way this medical unit runs. And that's fine. I'm adaptable. I don't care. We'll take care of them while they're here, and then send them away once they get really, really sick. Sadly, so because I like making my patients better. I don't want to send them to someone else to make them better, but that's okay. So in due time, I'll be somewhere where I get to be do what I want. So that's week 2 and week 3, and that's pretty much what we're up to. So next week. I'm going to take all of week. I'm taking 3 patients. I'm not pushing to 4. I'm just sticking with 3. And just keep doing good with 3. And once I get really comfortable with 3, then we'll up the ante and go to 4. And I'm week 3 out of 6. I have 6 weeks to get a full load. So it will ramp up quick enough. It's going to ramp up eventually. I got to take 6. So we're coming on week 4, and I'm taking 3 patients. Week 5, I'm taking 4 patients. And then week 6, we'll push to 5 and maybe 6 patients. I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. So it'll be good. I'm excited. I really trust the process. I trust my preceptor. I don't think he's going to try and fail me, He's just so supportive and such a sight for sore eyes, just love coming to work and working with him because he's just so awesome. And I'm just going to take it day by day and see how it goes, and we'll keep on updates, keep doing updates with this. And I think this, I'm just going to have to do my videos like this and not try and do live streams because I only have 100 subscribers and YouTube says I'm not cool enough to do live streams. It's just easier for me. That's why I like doing it. But apparently they don't even keep the live streams in my videos. So I don't know if this is helpful for anybody. Probably not, because I'm just kind of brain dumping. Just kind of dumping all my feelings and all my thoughts and stuff. So I don't know if this is helpful for anyone. But if someone watches this and you have any thoughts, feel free to send me a comment, or make a video and then message me and tell me about it, because I'll watch someone else's video. Um, I think that's fun. I love that. I think that's cool. Like, makes it more communal, like a community. But if you're in nursing school, or if you're, new grad, I think it's great. Tell me your experience. How's your new grad? If you have any tips for me, love tips. I have a lot of, I'm definitely not afraid to ask for help. So that's another thing is, last time I did a central line dressing change was second semester. So that was like, I don't even know. I can't even think of when that was. I'm just going to say a long time ago. It was a long time ago that I did a central line dressing change. And I can think of the steps, you got to wear the mask, right? You got to put the mask on the other patient, gel in or wash your hands. Then you put on clean gloves while you take off I'm just going to walk myself through it because it's going to help me, because I honestly haven't done it in so long. It's good to talk about these things, and so I'm going to do it because I can. So, so mask, gel on. You put on clean gloves to take off all the, dressing, right? And then you want to switch to sterile gloves. Well, so then you scrub it, right? You scrub it really good with chlorhexidine or some cleaning agent. You scrub under the little piggy tails, on the piggy tails, all around. You let it air dry, and then you can. Then I think you can. You do that. You do that sterile, right? I would do that sterile. Would I do that sterile? Let me think about it. See, I'd have to ask. I'd have to talk to somebody, or watch a video, or read a book. It's been so long. So I'm thinking you take it off. Okay, this is my natural thought. You take off the dressing clean, and then you clean it with sterile gloves. So you put on the sterile gloves, clean it up. You swap out all the caps. If it's like a triple lumen, you swap out all the caps. You got to put on the bio patch, the CHG filled bio patch. You make sure it's like 6 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock facing down, and then kind of tweak it a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, and then that's it. I think that was it. And then you flush it. You got to flush it real good. Flush all the lumens. Make sure it's patent. And so, and there's like some of them you gotta have. There's I think I mentioned it, but there's like claves. So you prime and then screw on the new claves, and you got to clean up the hubs. And so I could definitely get through a central line dressing change on my own if, God forbid, I had to. But it's just nice to be able to talk to a more seasoned nurse about it. Or like I'd feel pretty comfortable doing an NG tube. I definitely feel comfortable doing NG tubes. Done a lot of them, so I feel pretty comfortable with that. A Foley, I haven't done a Foley in a long time either. And I think the last time I did it, it did not go quite as planned. So I definitely want to, but I think we could do it. Yeah, I can imagine all the steps in my head, and most Foleys pretty easy. Foleys are pretty, it's not super difficult to do a Foley. So, I'd be willing to do that one. What's some other ones that I'd be scared of? Oh, I got an IV. This, these IVs are different from the ones I'm used to, so there was a learning curve with that too. I think I missed quite a few times before I finally got one. Missed on like 3 or 4 patients before I finally got one. But now I got the trick. I figured it out. There's a few little tricks you got with these IVs. And so I'm okay with IVs. What else? I don't know. There's not that many things to do, Wound vacs, if I'm going to do a wound vac, if I had to do it by myself, I wouldn't shy away from it. Like if I had to, I've done wound vacs a few times. Like I know the process. I know how to set the pressure. It's usually all standard. I know how to cut the little hole, cut the little or cut the little scrunchy pad to the wound, and then how to wrap it and then cut a little hole and put the suction on and turn the suction on. I have a general understanding. I've done wound vacs, done quite a few wound vacs, done some rectal tubes. I feel okay doing a rectal tube, but I don't know. It's just when I haven't been a nurse. Well, I'm 3 weeks in now, so I feel like a nurse again. But I haven't been doing nursing stuff since November of last year. So I'm still adjusting for sure. I'm definitely still adjusting to being to working. But I think I'm adjusting okay. I've been getting positive feedback, so I'm gonna trust that I'm doing all right. I'm gonna get there. I can see myself with 6 patients, like I'm visualizing it. I've been working on visualizing it. I can visualize myself taking care of 6 patients. I can visualize remembering their names and their diagnoses, the plan of care. I can visualize all the different medication regimens. I can visualize all their different assessments, different doctors. Like I'm just seeing it all, and I'm just trying to, I guess, convince myself. Hold on one sec, sorry. I'm just trying to convince myself that I can do this. And I can. I'm going to keep telling myself good things. I can do this. I will do this. And I will be successful at it because I'm going to be slow and methodical. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to focus. I'm going to take care of these people as best as I can, like I'm taking care of my own family. I'm going to do it. I can do this. I'm not going to get rushed. I'm not going to feel frazzled. I'm going to take deep breaths. And I'm going to, be accurate in my assessments and in my recommendations. And if I don't know something, I'm going to look it up and study it and ask questions. And be very proactive in my education, and not. And what I want to do is I don't want the day to hit me. I want to go after the day. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be railroaded by the day. I want to take the bull by its horns. You know what I mean? And not let it smash me. And I'm sure, I am absolutely positive that that's not possible every day. Some days you can't win them all, right? Definitely can't win them all. But I'm just going to keep doing my best and stay positive. I'm a new nurse, and so it's easy to stay positive as a new nurse, I think. I don't know, maybe it's not. I'm having a very good time feeling positive and excited. And I love the medical unit. The only thing I don't like about the medical unit is that when my patients get sick, I got to ship them away. I don't get to keep them. And so that makes me sad. Like if I got to put my patient on a vent, they go bye-bye. It makes me really sad because I love vents. And I want to take care of my vents. I want to take care of my patient on their vents. And so when they have to go bye-bye, I get all like possessive. I'm like, why is my patient going away? I want to take care of them and get them better. I don't want to make them worse. I won't give them to someone else to make them better. You know what I mean? So even though that's the rules. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Definitely okay with that. But that's the one little hang up I have regarding medical. But I still like it. I love the patients. I love the flow of the unit. I love the staff. I could see myself working there. I just, I wouldn't be putting all my knowledge to as good of a use as I feel like I could, because I love the really sick patients. That's just where my heart's at. I can't deny myself that. So we'll just see what happens. Just take it day by day, and just be thankful for where I'm at. That's what I want to do, is just practicing thankfulness, practicing gratitude, practicing a mind of seeking to learn and to grow. Every day is going to be a learning opportunity. Every day is going to be an opportunity to, have a positive impact on myself and others. So it's just good. I'm just in a good place right now, and I guess that's the video. That's what I want to have for my children. I hope my children can learn from these. Have these same kind of attitudes when they get big and grown up. They can be thankful for what they're learning, and they can push themselves, and hopefully I can be a good example to them. I hope that's the case. I'm going to do my best to do that. And I guess that's my video for the week. If you made it this far and you listened to 30 minutes of me rambling and talking about this, kudos to you. That's cool. Appreciate that. If you made it this far, give me a little, comment or something. Tell me how you're doing and what's going on with you. And I don't know if anyone's actually going to watch this. I mean, I guess I got 150 something subscribers, so maybe 1 or 2 people might watch it. I don't know. I watch 30-minute videos all the time though, but I'm listening to like economic stuff and all kinds of other stuff. So, and I love talking economics too. I'm a little bit of an economics nut, so I'm always studying geopolitical economics and geopolitical, current events and stuff. So I love that stuff. I don't know if I'll make videos on it because there's plenty of way smarter people making way better content. But if anyone's interested in that kind of stuff, like I don't know, any of that stuff, maybe I'll make some videos on it if someone wants me to. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So I'm gonna upload this. Took me 2 weeks and 4 videos to finally get a video uploaded. Oh, I suck at YouTube so bad. So bad at YouTube. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, that's how I feel about eBay, too. Like, I'd love to sell crap on eBay, but I just don't freaking know how to do it. Like, I try. Every time I get on eBay, and I start trying to get through it, and I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just over it. Because I got a bunch of fish that I want to sell. Like, I bought my fish on eBay. A bunch of little live-bearing endlers, little tropical fish. And they've been making babies like crazy, and I don't know what to do with them. And I'm like, well, maybe I can just sell them on eBay. And because there's a market for them, and they're expensive. I got like $150 worth of fish. If I could sell them, I'd sell them for half that. Put them up there for a good price. If I knew how to ship them and I knew how to freaking figure it out, I just can't figure it out. And I wish I could have someone help me, but I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. That's a really, really stupid problem. It doesn't really matter at all. But whatever. So, all right. So that's it for me. We're going to turn this off now. So.